Okay, good. Because I kind of want to see what you got going on here.
This is the start of jambalaya, chicken and sausage jambalaya.
Now, you almost said gumbo. What's the difference between a jambalaya and a gumbo?
You build the gumbo up with a lot more fluid and a little more roux.
Okay.
You don't use enough roux to color it for the jambalaya.
Okay. Okay.
And the jambalaya, you throw the rice in it, and it cooks in there.
Okay.
And done with. Whereas a gumbo, you put the rice is cooked separate and you combine them in.
Okay.
And there's a spoon right there to taste it, because that's how you know where you want to be at.
So what am I tasting?
Kind of gets a little bit gravy. And it's really hot. And that's why you taste where your seasonings at.
Yummy. So
you know if you need more spice or any other seasoning.
So what do you think?
It's just about there. A jambalaya, you wanted a little more extra seasoning.
Because you're not combining the rice.
You're putting the rice in it. And it's going to soak up a lot of it.
Okay. So you don't need as much of it when you're putting the rice separate.
Right. So you want it almost over peppery and over salty.
Can I have more?
Yep.
What do you think of this? Where are we here?
We just about ready to combine the. You put a little bit roux in there and combine the rice in it. You put the rice in it and get the rice kind of browned with the roux.
That's so good.
Get the rice brown with the roux, and then you add the rest of the stock and bring it to a ball and shut it off.
I'm excited.
I cheat. I use instant rice.
Oh, well, shame on you. We want to. I'll edit that out.
No, you can't. I cook 10 gallons at a time. So I got a pot that'll cook 10 gallons at a time.
Really?
Yeah. Want to taste it? And I do the same thing when I cook the 10 gallons. Is however much rice you got, that's how much fluid you do. So, and usually what I do when I cook that big pot is I buy a bunch of whole chicken and actually boil them and make my own stock. And put a big 10-gallon pot.
10 gallons. What does a 10-gallon pot look like? Is that a 10-gallon pot?
No, that is 90 quarts, so okay. It's about 15 gallons to 20 gallons.
I've never made so much food at one time that I need about that big.
We usually, everybody comes over for food whenever you cook.
So. Nice. This is good. This is really good. I can taste all that sausage in there.
That has, okay, so one of my favorite sausage is Kohenic, which is made in Evergreen, Alabama.
What's
a little
it called?
Small Kohenic.
It's
a little small sausage, but it's got a lot of flavor. You can use it for breakfast. You can use it in this, gumbos, everything. I barbecued, put a little barbecue sauce on it. It's just like the best all-around sausage I've ever found.
Kohenic.
And then that's got some regular smoked sausage, like Hillshire Farm smoked sausage. And then I've got some reshards on Dewey in it.
Okay.
So wait, Dewey gives it a little more Cajun flavor.
Reshards makes their own like sausages that they sell.
Everything. They make their own.
So they're not just a restaurant then.
No.
Okay.
You actually can get down here. I don't know about. You should be able to get some in your own. They actually have what they call boudin bites. It's little pieces of boudin about this long in the casing and everything. And they call boudin bites or boudin grillers.
Okay.
They're like perfect for throwing on the grill and for one person snack.
I found, so when I was in Winnie, Texas, Freeport, they had some boudin balls on the menu. And so I ended up getting them fried, but there was too much. I couldn't eat it all in one, and I thought, you know what, I don't know, but maybe these will make it till tomorrow. So I put them in the fridge for the night. And then it turned out the next day, I was like, well, we'll find out. I'm just going to travel with them. I didn't have a refrigerator on me. And then they turned out to be my snack in the afternoon, and it was like, it hit the spot. It really hit the spot.
Okay, so all boudin, even the boudin balls, it's all cooked prior.
Oh, really?
It's fully cooked.
Okay.
All you're doing, okay, so traditional boudin is, a lot of people like in the boudin country of south of Lafayette and all that, you'll see you go into a gas station and have rice cookers set up, and they got boudin in the rice cookers. Okay. It really just needs to be steamed and heated up to temperature. And so the casing, sometimes it depends how thick the casing is, what they use. It's a little stringy, you can't just eat it. You just kind of pull it out of the casing.
Yeah. The queso I had
anytime
today
you-
was really nice and thin. I was able to eat the whole thing.
Some of them actually will do like grill them and stuff instead, to where they're not just like boiled and heated. So grilling, you grill it till it's nice and kind of crispy, and you eat everything.
Yeah, I'm already over budget on my trip, and now I'm getting ready to go to New Orleans, and I'm like, you know what? I know here in Louisiana, I knew that I'd be eating a lot of food. Like it was kind of part of, because this is what I want to learn about as well. But the food in this region is just really well known. And now I'm getting ready to eat this, and I can just see for like the next 5 days, it's just going to be like more etouffee, please, more jambalaya, please, more combo, please.
She didn't know if Katie really wanted, would eat etouffee or not. Because I was gonna get the stuff because of crawfish etouffee. And so I said, well, what about jambalaya? She says she'll eat jambalaya. So
Is she going to join us then, Katie?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Katie, so she was born here, but she loves like char grilled oysters, crawfish. Although she doesn't peel her own crawfish, we're working on that.
working.
Well, you know, the other night over Richard's, they had crawfish on the menu, but I was a little nervous to order it because I wasn't sick. I've never had it, and I didn't know. I was looking at everybody else's table and plates, and I thought, I don't know what I'm doing with that. And I thought, okay, this is going to be a food.
They would teach you.
This is the thing, and I feel like I would need to sit with somebody who could show me what to do. So I didn't end up ordering it, not because I didn't want to eat it, but because I was too embarrassed.
And most places you could get like, okay, so if I was ordering crawfish, I would order 3 to 5 pounds usually. It's usually about 4. I mean,
Okay.
now you'll order about 4.
Okay.
But you could just, most places will let you order like, it's so much per pound. So you could
Okay.
order a pound,
Mhm.
but a pound of crawfish, you know, it's all the shells and everything. So
Yeah, exactly.
it sounds like a lot, but it's not.
By the time you get to the meat,
Right.
it's reasonable.
So yeah, you could order a pound, and anywhere you are ordering crawfish, they will show you how to peel them.
Okay.
It's a very slow process at first, though.
Well, this is even the thing with crab. I still am not that great at crab. I'm better than I used to be.
Like blue crawl crab.
Well, they did look like they had blue claws,
They're all red.
and they're only
Blue,
this big
yeah,
with the legs.
Blue claws.
And it's they're small, so you got to really kind of work at it. And I know that if you do it, there's a certain way at the joints where you can get the meat to come out.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I'm
Sometimes it
about
works, sometimes it
30%
doesn't.
It doesn't always work.
successful.
It
Yeah.
doesn't always
Once you get everything picked off and clean,
Mhm.
you break it in half, and if you take them, just smash the half.
Okay.
Then pull the legs out. Half the time, most of the meat will come out in the legs, and then it's already broke, so you just peel it open, and it's all open too.
Okay. Cause I was kind of trying the same technique where I've done like larger, like king crab legs or
Right.
whatever, where you kind of do it at the joint and then you get the meat to come out that way. But
They're not quite, they're not big enough joints for us to do that. But
yeah.
if you actually just take and smash it, just smash it, and then pull them off, most of the time they'll come off, especially like the back leg, that's the shortest one.
Okay.
That's usually one big chunk of meat that'll come out every time.
Right. Well, I'm gonna get more practice this week, I'm sure. So the crawfish, yeah, I'll have to sort. So is this particularly the right? Because
Just getting in the crawfish season
I was
right.
thinking, considering they had it on the menu the way they did the other night, and the place was packed. There were a lot of people in there eating, and a lot of them had ordered the crawfish.
Unfortunately, you're going in New Orleans. There's not many places they cook crawfish like we cook down here.
Okay.
They cook it.
Oh,
But they throw it all in the ice chest and put seasoning on it after it's boiled,
Mhm.
and that's not doing that food.
Okay, so now we're getting into the meat of why this area is better than New Orleans.
So,
because they
yeah.
don't do crawfish.
So
right
this
in New
is-
Orleans.
This is compared to New Orleans. This is down the bayou
Okay.
compared to New Orleans. So
Okay.
there's a Creole cooking, and most of that's in the city,
Okay.
and then there's Cajun, and most of that's as you go out.
Okay.
It's my take on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Creole cooking can be, you can go to the city and you can get Cajun, or it's Creole, so it's a little bit different sometimes. It might be like, instead of gumbo, it might be gumbo yaya, which they might put, I don't know, sometimes they just change it up. I mean, you can get can get Cajun food in the city. You just gotta go to the right places.
Okay. You
But
gotta
it's
scratch the
difficult.
surface.
It's difficult to find.
You gotta live there for a bit to understand.
But I mean, they got great food. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
I
a
mean, it's
different.
all good. They
different
are
food,
all
yeah.
good. I won't eat gumbo nowhere in the city or anything because half of them put tomatoes in it. Tomatoes don't go in gumbo.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't put tomatoes in the city.
I was gonna say,
Creole-
I think I've had
Creole-
gumbo before when I was in California.
in the
and we
city.
put tomatoes in it.
No, you don't.
Now, I
put,
do
you don't,
like a
you
lot
don't
of
put
tomatoes
in
and
it.
stuff in
Uh-huh.
different
But it
things.
doesn't go.
But no,
I
it doesn't go in
cook, but-
gumbo. No. Nope.
Good to know. Thank you.
That's a negative.
So if I order gumbo and I don't see tomatoes, I shouldn't be asking where the tomatoes are.
Right. There should be no tomatoes in the gumbo. Right.
Or jambalaya.
Or jambalaya.
Okay.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Why do people put tomatoes in them then? What, to
It's the difference
spread it out?
between Cajun cooking and Creole cooking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Creole cooking, they use a lot of tomatoes in just about everything.
Okay.
Even like the etouffees, they put it in.
Okay. So why is there the difference between the Cajun and the Creole? Like, what's the cultural, like, what's...
The culture itself.
What,
Yeah,
so,
city and like I was a hospice nurse, and I had this lady that was she turned 100 while I had her, and she passed away after that. But they had a big birthday party. She turned 100. She had dementia, but she danced at her birthday party, and and so down there she had never been anywhere else except and she was down the bayou. Way down the bayou. And she had never been anywhere else, like more than, she had been to Houma, to the city, like a few times, but she had never really gone anywhere else in her 100 years of life.
Wow.
But they,
Village.
so she used to get up, she'd work at the cane farm, but they would get up, they didn't have electricity, so her friend would yell out from the house next door every morning. Her friend would yell out, Vivienne, get up, it's time to get in French.
Yeah, yeah.
Because she only spoke French. And so they would get
French, too.
the Cajun French, and they would get in a pirogue, which is like a canoe.
Okay.
And so it's the Cajun version of a canoe. And they would paddle down to the sugarcane farm. And then in the afternoon, their parents knew they were coming back because they could hear them singing as they were paddling back down the road, back down the bayou, rather. And but they all had gardens. Everybody had food, and they would take their extra food and put, like, they got extra stuff out of the garden that they couldn't eat or they weren't canning. Then they would put it in a wheelbarrow and put it out by the road, and then people would come out and trade things.
Okay.
It was a
Community
The
sort
honor,
of,
kind of
yeah.
honor system thing.
Yeah, kind of like this is what I've got available. What have you got?
and when I
We have
started
abundance of
with
this, and if
Yeah.
you want to bring something to trade for it, if not, if you need it, you take it.
Yeah.
There's actually still places like that on Lower Bayou Blue today.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
One of the main produce farmers that actually grows plants to supply a lot of the places that sell tomato plants and all that stuff. He sells the plants to them too. He has a little shed out front, and you can buy plants that way. Put the money in it. This is how much they are. You put the money in the bucket,
Oh yeah, there's lots of places.
and
awesome.
he checks it every day and gets his money out. If you want the plants and you ain't got the money, you can still get the plant.
Yeah.
And
maybe next
when he's
time.
producing his vegetables, he does the same thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
My grandpa Tibble